Hello YouTubers and welcome back to another weekly video. We are going to cover weekly video about solar news from the industry in India, international news, ancillary industries, EVs and research and development happening in the renewable energy industry for the week 4 of July 2021. So let's begin. Hello YouTubers and welcome back to another weekly video for week 4 July 2021. In this video we are going to cover international solar news and updates from around the world. So let's begin. So there has been a research paper published switching to renewable energy will add 5 lakh jobs by 2050. So overall 5 lakh jobs in renewable energy sector, high paying jobs will be created around the world if the world moves to renewable energy. Currently there are about 69,000 jobs added in China and total 27 lakh people are losing jobs in fossil sector in China. And according to the study, US, Middle East, North Africa will be the clear winners in terms of adding maximum numbers of jobs, as US is the leader, Middle East is a potential right now and sunny country, North Africa still in a potential to rise, and by 2050 5 lakh jobs in all these countries. Good news. By 2030, cut per capita emissions to global average. India has said this to G20 summit, and I covered this in the Indian news as well. So, Indian Minister Mr. R.K. Singh has declared that our per capita emissions of greenhouse gases is 1.96 tons, which is one third of the world per capita global greenhouse gas emissions average of 6.55 tons CO2, and the highest polluter is US, second Canada, third Australia, fourth Germany, UK, France, then China. So every other major developed nation is biggest polluter in the world, and India, which is the leader in renewable energy space right now, is one of the lowest footprint country that is in existence. So 1.96 tons per capita, and we have a huge population as well. US business leaders and financiers urge Congress to pass key infrastructure bill. So we discussed this in June week 3. So there was a bill out for infrastructure development post COVID recovery, and it was about 1.2 trillion dollars. From that 1.2 trillion dollars, 100 billion dollars were meant for renewable energy space. That's why we are covering this. And now again the US business leaders are urging Congress and senators to pass this. So there will be a bipartisan infrastructure bill, and it will be passed by both Republicans and Democrats. So let's see if it gets passed in this month of August. Italy's Eni to acquire 1.2 gigawatt renewable energy portfolio in Spain. So the portfolio owned by Azora comprises of 3 wind farms, and total is 230 megawatts between them, and all the portfolio, that is wind and solar combined, the total portfolio is 1.2 gigawatts in Spain. So Italy's Eni is acquiring the portfolio owned by Azora right now. Another big news, Indian American Arpita Bhattacharya named for US Department of Energy role. So Department of Energy is one of the biggest entities in energy space in the world, and they do research, they make policies, they showcase the roadmaps to the world, and it is in US. So currently in the Joe Biden and Kamala Harris administration, we see another Indian American appointed in a major big role, and it is a big role, and it comes with big responsibilities in clean energy, clean tech space. So let's see what she does. So solar manufacturers have warned that 12 to 18 months of disruption will be witnessed in standalone products, that is mainly solar lights, solar batteries, the off-grid products basically used for lighting, cooking and decoration purposes. So all the products that have solar inbuilt will be facing disruption due to supply chain disruptions. Cargo shipping costs have increased, solar costs have increased due to polysilicon and other commodities, silver, tin, cobalt, copper, aluminum, and major impact that is in products is in semiconductor material. So all the chip shortages, we are facing a IC shortage, and I am seeing it personally, like the IC shortages in the world is very real. So all the engineers who have studied a bit of electronics in their college times, everybody knows the 555 timer circuit. So 555 IC is a small 8 pin IC, and the price for that IC has skyrocketed about 70%. So 70% increase in a price of a small 4-pin IC. Like, it is crazy. So this is a warning sign for next 18 months. So Mayer Berger has put up a legal issue with Oxford PV, and they are ending their heterojunction solar cell partnership. So Mayer Berger owned about 17%, approx 17% of the entity that was in partnership model with Oxford PV. So Oxford PV gave them the research papers and gave them the technology, licensed them the technology for mass production. And now Oxford PV is moving to their own manufacturing facility in Germany, Brandenburg, and they are saying that we will be making our own perovskite tandem solar cells. So basically, perovskite was a big hype. Every week we cover perovskites. Every week we have some news about perovskite. So this was a major news for perovskites in week 4 of July. So Oxford is going to set up its own perovskite on silicon tandem solar cell manufacturing line, and Mayer Merger has also said that they are also going to set up their own full production line next year. NextEra Energy adds 1.84 gigawatts of renewables energy storage backlog as profit slides. So currently they have a development program and 16.7 gigawatt is in backlog signed contracts. So they are expecting 22.7 gigawatts to 30 gigawatts of new capacity in the new upcoming projects, and energy storage of 1.84 gigawatts is already booked. California Community Choice Aggregators signed contract for 778 megawatt of renewables and 118.75 megawatts of storage. So we all see the community solar being big thing in US market right now, and there is a big company named California Community Choice Aggregators, which is also kind of being pushed and brushed off on all other countries. We ourselves in India have this mentioned in the draft electricity policy 2021, that there will be community solar, community mini grids, microgrids, and each consumer will be allowed to buy power from anywhere and anybody. So it could be ISTS, it could be wind farms. If I am sitting in Delhi, I would declare that I want some electricity from Jaisalmer wind farms or Maharashtra wind farms, and the distribution company has to buy the power from it. No matter the price, I will pay the price. So this is the thing that is happening in California. There is a big community choice aggregator where they buy pool of resources. So they have bought 778 megawatt of renewables, and they split those resources in different parts of the community. Say in an industrial special economic zone, they have a consumer of 10 megawatts. So out of 778 megawatt, 10 megawatt will be booked for him, and this is how they will distribute 778 megawatts and 118 megawatts of storage as well. So as you can see the cursor, this is going to serve to 6,70,000 customers spread across California. So big news from community solar in US. Renewables now half the price of fossil fuel across Europe. So this was amazing news, and Europe is also on the trajectory to push renewables, and everywhere in the world we are seeing renewables costing half the price of fossil fuel and maybe even 1/3 the price in some countries like India. So currently Europe sources its power from fossil fuel, and coal generation was 16% lower in the first half of 2021, and due to the COVID pandemic recovery, they are seeing a rise in renewables, and 2/3 of the power is coming from clean renewable energy sources in the first half of 2021. So amazing news for Europe and the world to witness the power of renewables. Canadian Solar bags financing to pursue flexible Brazilian solar strategy. So this is a deal where they are raising funds and they are buying the projects in different countries. Basically everybody knows hedge funds and pension funds. So this is one of the pension funds deal, and they are buying the full portfolio of a Brazilian developer. Coal powers trilemma: variable cost, efficiency, and financial solvency. So all the people who are in the industry, please read this paper. This is published on EQ Mag Pro, and it is also on the website of CEEW, and it is published by CEEW, that is Council for Environment, Energy and Water. So it is an Indian council, and they are a non-profit organization. They have published the amazing paper. It is big paper. You have to spend some time to read it. And here they are discussing the dilemma and trilemma variable cost of coal power plants. So how coal power plants function is, we have to see the PLF, we have to see the LCOE of the plant, we have to see the age of the plant, we have to see the operational expenditure of the plant, the upkeep, the maintenance. So all the variables that are required to run a coal power plant, they have discussed it, and they have compared it with the data of about 30 months, and we are talking about all Indian plants. They have discussed about 194 gigawatts of operational coal power plants in India, and here they are discussing it on a global level. So they are comparing Indian plants with our global efficiency levels. So as we see, Japan and China has one of the highest peak efficiency in coal power plants and the highest PLF, that is plant load factor. So they are saying that the new plants produce the electricity at very low prices. The LCOE, that is for a new plant that is in between 0 to 5 years, is very low, and for plants upwards of 5 to 10 years is high, and the operational cost is also high. But if we run the plants at a high PLF, the operational expenditure could come down, the fuel consumption could come down. So they discussed a lot of factors. I will not be able to present you the paper in this video because it is not my paper, and I think you should support the authors of this paper. So do hit like on this video and do hit the link on the description to read this paper. So please read this paper. It was amazing insight. So all those who are in renewable industry or in power sector, you should read this paper. Solar wind energy storage hybrid to power Rio Tinto mine. So there is a mine in Rio, and it is now opting for solar wind energy storage hybrid model to power its operation. So how big a news can that be? Like in India also we saw that Coal India opting for renewable energy assets. Like Coal India, which is the biggest miner of coal power plant in India, is opting for renewable energy assets for its mining operation. Same is happening with Rio, and this Rio Tinto mine, they are opting for 8.25 megawatt of rated output power with battery storage. So 12 megawatt of offshore wind and battery storage, and 8 megawatt of solar. So amazing news from renewable energy sector. So this was another news. Mytilineos post $91 million profit, but renewables revenue slide. So currently they were installing large renewable energy assets, and they were acquiring assets. So their profit, net profit rose 11% year on year, but the revenues from renewables has slided due to the low PPA prices that are being signed in the market. So uh, their revenues are right here, $81 million and $53 million in the first half. Energy retailer fined 2.5 million after phony accent switch. So this was amazing news. My team put this here specifically because I wanted to showcase, like, there are good companies, there are bad companies in every sector, and if the bad companies overpower the good companies, the whole industry is blamed for that. That the whole industry is corrupt. So this happened in Australia. So in Australia also there is a delicensed rule, and private discoms are there, so anybody can sell power to anybody, and consumers have a choice to switch to any power distribution sector company on any day, and you just have to make a phone call. So this came from the company insiders. There is a company that was making fake phone calls on behalf of customers and making the switch in the national grid, that on behalf of customers. So they were pretending to be a customer, and they called the main electricity regulatory commission that as a customer I want to switch to this discom, and it was their own discom in which they worked. So in this total they have signed up about 525 customers for electricity and gas accounts without obtaining their consent. So it was a fake fraud, and it was committed, and it was fined for 2.5 million dollars, and it is owned by Total Energies. 250 megawatt of solar project proposed in Wyoming. So this project is going to cost $250 million, and it will generate about 300 full-time construction jobs, 25 technicians, 5 full-time electrical engineers, and 5 security personnel. So good job for 250 megawatts of plants in Wyoming. Oryx completes acquisition of global renewable energy company L1 Energy. Oryx is a Japanese company, Japanese asset manager company, and they are also into renewables. So they have bought about 2.9 gigawatts of project and secure about 10 gigawatts of development pipeline, in addition to approx 726 megawatt of projects, and currently 598 megawatt is under construction. So L1 Energy is one of the big developers, and it is a global developer. They have assets spread across various countries, so they have been bought out. So this was a good news. Iberdrola and EIB sign a new $550 million green loan to boost smart grids. So here they will be setting up smart meters, utility scale storage in the substations, net metering, gross metering, virtual metering, and options for the customer to buy green tariffs and other things. So smart grid plan is full on right now in Spain, and Spain is investing heavily in renewables. Jinko decarbonize India's auto industry. Asia's largest carport is powered by Jinko solar panels. So this is a branding article, content marketing, but it was a good news because this is a 20 megawatt carport right here in India. 20 megawatt of carport at a single site. So we saw residential rooftop, industrial rooftop, largest rooftop solar sheds, but carport. This is the largest carport, 20 megawatts of carport, and here they have used Jinko. So here bipartisan tax proposal to promote clean energy technologies is launched in US. So this is where the future is headed. If you are not going to make a switch to renewables on your own, you will be taxed to promote clean energy technologies. Like in India, we have cow tax, cow cess in form of cow tax, animal tax. We have cow cess, education cess, different cess, right? So bipartisan tax proposal has been passed, and it is passed in the Senate, and it is called energy sector innovation credit. So energy sector innovation credit will be split in two parts. One is where they will be investing in investment tax credit, and second is production tax credit. So if you invest in renewables, you will get tax credit. If you invest in production lines, you will get tax credits. So last month also we covered like the senator in one of the states. He attracted renewable energy sector, and he gave huge tax credits to set up polysilicon lines, solar wafer lines, ingot lines, module lines, battery lines. So in that state he wanted to attract manufacturing, and he gave out huge credits. So here this tax will be implemented across US in the whole market on the all consumer products. So either you are in a corporate tax slab or in a employee tax slab, you will be taxed for investments in clean energy sector called energy sector innovation credit. And according to me, because I am working in this country and seeing this, US, big thumbs up for your move, and I hope to see this in all countries so that all countries move to renewables. IFA has put up a report that Philippines is witnessing a renewable energy boom due to its coal power plant being very high, very expensive. The LCOE derived from coal power plants in Philippines is right now very expensive. So they are making way, and coal is being decommissioned in Philippines, and renewable energy is seeing a boom. So here are the stats: 57% of the power is coming from natural gas, 19% is from renewables, 21% has been 2% has come from wind and solar. So this was amazing news. Currently, we also use Sun Power in India, and Maxion has owned Sun Power. So Sun Power was in US, and Maxion is in Australia. So Maxion bought Sun Power, and now they have a manufacturing line in China. So the Sun Power in US is making modules for US market. Maxion in Australia is making modules for global market. So now they have secured a European Union cash infusion for stick-on solar panels to set up a stick-on solar panel factory in France. So they will be setting up a factory where they are making some kind of solar tiles and some kind of flexible solar panels that can be, like stuck to normal tin roofs, metal roofs. And one key insight in this video I would like to give: they are partnering up with the largest steel manufacturer in the world, that is Indian company ArcelorMittal. So they are tying up with ArcelorMittal to have a single metal roof panel where solar is integrated into the metal roof, and Sun Power has one of the highest efficiency modules. They are saying that our stick-on modules will have an efficiency of 20%. So 20% and 400 watt peak modules. Amazing news. Brookfield seeks $12.5 billion for new impact fund. So Brookfield is a hedge fund group, asset management group, and a kind of a hedge fund group. So Brookfield is now seeking more investment for their new impact fund, where they will be setting up large scale utility scale power plants, funding renewable energy assets in form of wind, solar, biomass, waste to energy, and battery energy storage. So big news for a big company, fund company. Olectra Greentech surges 5% after transfer of entire stake in TF Solar Power to Trinity Infra Ventures. So this is an Indian company, and this was the news for the people interested in share market. So Olectra Greentech stock has increased about 12 rupees. The stock is about 250 rupees. If you are into the share market thing, so I would cover this. Like ArcelorMittal. Steel sector was seeing a boom last week. In this week, week 4 of July 2021, I personally am very interested in the investment markets, and this is the inside news from my side. Look out for the commodity sector. So, trillions spent by G20 nations on fossil fuels between 2015 and 2019 could have paid for more than 4 terawatt of solar energy at today's price. So, this is a fact book that has been published by Climate Policy Fact Book, and they are saying that the G20 nations combined spent about so much money that they could fund about 4,000 gigawatts of solar asset deployments around the world. So Duke Energy reaches 10 gigawatt of renewables, and currently they have operational assets of 10 gigawatts in solar wind energy, and they are on track to meet climate goals. So UK power generation in 2020 renewables up to 43%. So currently UK is generating power for the entire nation, and 43% is coming from renewables, mainly offshore wind, then solar, then biogas, and total electricity consumption in UK is very high, and 37% is met by total small scale power plants. So China's ESG fund sidesteps stock market sell-off on fresh inflows. So what this headline says is there is a ETF boom in Chinese market. ETF is basically exchange traded funds, and China has few exchange traded funds, namely in the environment sector, sustainability sector, and they are global funds. So these ESG funds are mainly catering to electric mobility, battery manufacturing, solar manufacturing, wind power plants, assets, basically green assets. And green assets have posted gains as high as 35%. 35%. Even their share market has not risen post pandemic 35%. Last year it fell incredibly once the news came out that there is a virus thing going on, and they have not recovered since. But these ETF funds which were focused on green assets, they are seeing gains of 35%. So this is the power of green assets. Meyer Burger to launch solar roof tile product after making IP acquisition. So Meyer Burger is spending heavily, and they are tying up with a German unnamed company that is selling them this intellectual property to make roof tiles, and they will be competing with Tesla roof tiles and Innova roof tiles, and other companies are also there in the European market which are making solar roof tiles. So as we all know, there is a huge market of solar roof tiles for the markets of US and Europe, because there the houses use shingle tiles or brick tiles. So this deal has been passed by the Senate. $1 trillion infrastructure bill has been given a go ahead, and $100 billion will be spent in the renewable energy sector. $83 billion will be spent in the improvement of electricity infrastructure, that is transmission, generation companies, substation, other things. So the money will be spent, other money will be spent on road, bridges, rail, transit, water, and other physical infrastructure programs. So big news from the US market, and this is a good indicator that we are on a trajectory to see more renewables and more infrastructure development in the world. So European Investment Bank has signed an advisory agreement with Hydrogen Europe. Hydrogen Europe is an umbrella association representing European industry, research, national and regional associations in hydrogen fuel cell and hydrogen fuel as a commodity sector. And there were big news in green hydrogen last month also, and last week also we covered amazing news from the hydrogen sector being in Europe, US, Canada, Germany, Spain, Australia. Australia was one of the biggest plants that is coming up for green hydrogen. So now European Investment Bank has given them a good agreement. Amazon has signed PPA with Total Energies for 474 megawatt of renewable energy supply for their operations in Europe and United States. Total Energies has a portfolio of about 7 gigawatts, and almost 500 megawatts is bought out by Amazon. So amazing news, and this is where the world is headed. So last week we covered this news. Acme Solar was in news for some funds being channeled from different sources in Mauritius. So now they have declared this, and they have said that we will be listing out, we will be taking $334 million in debt financing from offshore green bonds. So these offshore green bonds are in Mauritius, and they have said that we have nothing to do with these funds. They are just as debt financing, and currently issue is oversubscribed. Total Energies consolidated net income up by 127% year on year. 127% year on year. So now their total net income is $2.29 billion. $2.29 billion. Wow, like this is how renewables are paying, and this is why people are investing. And these companies don't compromise on quality, but our Indian residential sector, utility sector, and maybe commercial industrial sector also always goes for the cheapest vendor that is possible in the market. I would say don't go for the cheapest vendor, because you want to make these kinds of returns year on year. So have quality projects and you will be like Total Energies having 127% income increase. Solar module manufacturers in Asia account for 92% of the global production. So this news came from Fraunhofer Institute of Solar Energy based in Germany, which is one of the biggest institutes in solar energy. So they have said that China mainland has the majority production of module. 67% solar module come from China, and Europe has only 3%. US and Canada make up for 2%, and the rest is in Asian countries like Vietnam, India, Singapore, Malaysia, Laos, all these countries. Spanish solar project secures 68 million euros in credit lines for their 261 megawatt installed capacity solar power plant. And this is the need of the hour in the Indian industry as well, that we secure credit lines, we get debt financing for projects, even small projects, large projects. I would say like any project upwards of 100 kilowatt should have credit lines available by banks directly to the customer or to the developer installing in OPEX, RESCO, or as CAPEX as well. If you agree with my few cents of demands, hit like and subscribe like that you agree. So European Investment Bank has signed agreement with Solaria to co-finance construction of 7 photovoltaic plants generating 477 gigawatt hours. So again, funding from big banks. And this was all for the news in international solar news. If you like the coverage, if you got value, if you have been watching till here, please hit like and subscribe, and most of all share the knowledge with your industry friends. And this was all the news. All the videos have been posted, so you can click on the playlist button here and you can see the whole playlist from all the news from July. There were a lot of news, and if you want the PDF of more than 400 plus news coverage in the month of July, you have to connect with me on LinkedIn. The link is in the bio in the description, so you can click on the link and you will find my account. You have to follow me and you'll get the PDF. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next week.